So back in 2008, the City Council established a dog park committee. And they knew that there was a lot of interest in the city among dog owners to have a dog park, an off-leash park where people could bring their dogs and let them run, that was safe and well-maintained. And so they set the parameters, and then sometime around 2013, I took over and started meeting with people who were interested in dog parks, with dog owners, with the dog officer in the city. We had a few informal meetings where we discussed best practices, where people shared what they thought was a successful dog park. And based on all of that information, I put together a grant proposal to the Stanton Foundation. The Stanton Foundation is a foundation out of Boston, and one of the things they fund is dog parks. So they have a dedicated fund for dog parks in Massachusetts. And we were lucky enough to receive funds from the Stanton Foundation for both the design and for the construction phase of the park.
So what we have here is, I'd like to call it existing conditions, but it's not exactly existing. This is the best we could find on Google, but it shows the site post removal of the residences there. It clearly now has the stone, and it's been mitigated for the issues that we had out there. So we're kind of a blank slate for the most part. So here we have the same plan we got over here. We have a parking area here, and then the dog area over here. Here we have Ruggles Street and Hathaway, just to help you get oriented. So the parking area is off Hathaway. We felt the area tucked over by the church would be best for grading and for access. It would be minimal impact onto the site itself and direct access to the street. So we have approximately 14 or 15 parking spots out there. And then to close off Greenwood, we have a raised concrete plaza, if you will, with some bollards going across there. So if need be for emergency access or plowing, those bollards can be removed, but for the most part, this would be a closed street throughout the year. So cars would pull in here, park, and then walk towards the park entrance. We're also placing screening on the parking lot to minimize the impact of the cars to the adjacent neighbors. So the park entrance itself, because of the remediation on site, the whole site is raised 3 or 4 feet. So we want to minimize the impact of what we do onto that. So we're actually going up into the park. So we'll have a ramp here, or we have a couple of stairs, a bench with some trash cans, and then you would enter the corral. It's going to be accessed via a card pass, but for security, that would be an access point there, and then you could either go into the large dog area here or the small dog area there. Again, we'll have trash cans, a few benches, and some muck mitts, so as people enter the park, they can grab a bag to minimize the waste that we have in the park. And we really care about is for the dogs. So what we have is a small dog area in this square area, and then we'll call it an L shape for the large dogs. Again, the access point is right here. We would have a concrete walkway to a few seating areas, so there'll be one here, one there, and one there, just so dog owners can sit, and because we understand that these types of parks are very social, so it's about as much as the dogs as it is about the people. So we want to give people a little place to congregate, as if there's their balls or whatever for their dogs. The surface itself of the dog park would be a pea stone. We found that to be the least maintenance, easier to clean off dogs and whatnot. So we're not going to have a lot of mess. It's easy to clean off. Then we're planning for 2 areas for agility equipment. Based on budgeting and whatnot, we might not have a lot of equipment up front, but that's something that could be phased in over the long term. Fencing will be 5 to 6 foot panel fence, so that will keep the dogs in place, and probably a 4-foot fence between the 2 areas, just to make it a little bit more social for people, but then still to separate the dogs.